I saw that you're doing this new reality piece that you're looking to get out there soon.
Yeah, working on that. Working on writing a book.
Writing a book?
Yeah, I'm talking to people now. I was in a meeting last night about it. Just about, it's basically going to be about me growing up, my father being a preacher, to all the shit that I went through, to the time I met Gina, and then it'll be chapters of her growing up to where we met, and then what us in the industry and how we survived being a married couple, working with other people and stuff like that.
Can you give us some highlights of, like, you know, what that book or, you know, that story is going to be? Now, you say your father's a Baptist minister.
Yeah.
Obviously that clashes somewhat with what you do.
Yeah.
You know, how has that been?
It's been fine. Growing up as a kid, I was kind of like the dark, you know, like the black sheep, dark child, whatever. I got messed up when I was really young on drugs. Got put in a children's home, arrested, all kinds of, you know, just growing up. Just took the bad way, I guess, from what my father would say. And then started to get my shit together, and then met Gina, started doing some magazine photo shoots, and just full-blown porn from there.
Now, am I right in that you met Gina? She was a dancer, correct?
Yeah, she was a dancer at Al's Diamond Cabaret when I met her.
Al's, okay. How is it that you can get a girl? How does that come about? Like, you know, you went in there, you meet, you know, Gina. Tell me what happened from that point forward.
Well, I used to go in there all the time, but every other girl was talking to me or asked me out besides Gina, but her best friend worked there, and she said, "Oh, you got to meet my friend Gina." And I knew who she was, but I never really talked to her outside the club. And she goes, "You guys have so much in common, you guys would make a good couple." And then one time we were out, they introduced me to Gina, and we talked a little bit, and then that was pretty much it. And then I seen her out after that, and she walked up to me at a bar and said hi, and then asked me if I wanted her number, but I was really drunk and I was trying to be cocky, and I said no, I'll be all right. And then after she walked away, I was like smacking myself thinking, what did I just do? Like, I should have took that number. So I walked over to her where she was with her girlfriend, and with a napkin and a pen, and wrote her number down.
So you went back?
Yeah, I went back.
Well, so it was a smart move.
Yeah, it was.
So you meet Gina, and then how is it that you progress into the world of pornography?
I met her, and we went to Vegas for a photo shoot for her. She was just doing a single photo shoot, and I went on set with her. I'd never been on the set or nothing like that before. We went on a set, and she was shooting for Australian Penthouse, and they asked if I wanted to be in the scene with her, the shoot with her, and I was like, well, what do I got to do? They're like, just basically just stand there and be naked. So I got there, and there were some video guys from LA, and we did the whole shoot, and then this guy came up to me and gave me his card, and basically was telling me, Lou, listen to me, I'd love to shoot you in a porno, I think you got what it takes. And so we shot this movie. It was called 18 in Vegas, and I was already 30 years old.
So we weren't exactly 18
Yeah,
anymore.
I wasn't 18, but so we shot that and banged it out. When the movie came out, they sent us a copy, and I was like, wow, like, we were really good compared to everybody else in this movie. And then I got a phone call from this guy in LA saying he's seen that scene of me and Gina. They were looking for new talent. He'd love to shoot us.
A lot of people, you know, assume that your lifestyle, the overall Travis Knight and Gina Lynn, must be that you have porn going on at home, that you have these wild, out of control parties every night. That's not the case, is it?
No.
Right. What is your personal life like outside of the appearances? Just what do you do for a normal day?
It's like a routine. We get up, I take care of the animals, the fish I have here, go to the gym, work out, come back, just relax. You know, I work a lot from home on the computer and stuff. So
do you? And
yeah.
And am I right that you work for Skin? Is that right?
Skin Industries. We for the East Coast, we push the line.
Okay.
The clothing line. Do a lot of different events. I got events coming up all month. Next month in Ocean City, Maryland. Like we do a lot of extreme sports and stuff like that. She travels all over. She's getting ready to go to Queens in New York this weekend for an appearance. And when she's home, she just likes to, she'll go work out, go tan, do her nails on, and just relax at home. She doesn't like to do anything. Right. Just stay home. So, but yeah, it's just laid back. It's funny because we get a lot of people that want to like hang out with us, and then they come over and I'm like, it's not what you expected. They look a little bored or upset that there's not a lot of hot chicks running around. You know, we have our parties, but it's not an everyday thing.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So, does it get tiresome being on the road a lot?
Yeah, we've been doing it 12 years, and I've been burning out a lot, as she has, and that's why we're venturing off. She's coming out with her own wine, and I partnered up with Rich Taylor, who are coming out with Dios tequila. So we're hoping September we'll be able to release that, and then I'll be really busy with that, making appearances and setting up events.
There's got to be some like messed up stuff that's going on because of the celebrity status.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get calls like every week, you know, a couple times a week sometimes. A guy just called me just a minute ago, wants her to do a celebrity guest bartending thing in Boston, Massachusetts. You know, so she'll go in for 2 hours. Just guest bartend. We've been getting a lot of stuff like that, just making an appearance. But I want to keep our name out there, so I want to do the book. I wrote a horror film that I'm trying to get out. I'm looking for investors for that. The wine, the tequila. I was cast in a movie that I'm going to be going to Hawaii, training with BJ Penn for 4.5 weeks. I'm actually trying to go mainstream. Like I got the movie coming up that I was cast in. They're shooting it some in Hawaii, Vegas, and Baltimore. And it's about two fighters growing up, always wanted to be fighters and become UFC fighters. I play a fighter in the movie. So I'm actually getting paid to be in Hawaii to train with BJ Penn for 4.5 weeks and some other guys. So
sounds tough.
Yeah, they're doing a reality show around that while we're there.
People are going to be interested. I know I'm interested in, you know, in knowing what family life is like for you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I always told people, they're like, well, how there's so many other people that have been in the industry and not been as successful as you guys. And we look at it, I think that's why, is because we look at it as a business, not as a lifestyle.
Right.
We did there for a little while, a couple of years. It was a lifestyle to us, and then I stepped back, and you know, it's just like all the partying and the sex. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it got pretty crazy, and I'm surprised we're still together. But I mean, there was times when there was like 3 or 4 girls in my bed. I'm not just exaggerating, but you live that lifestyle, and it's like, you know, that's why we got out of LA and came back here, because we figured me and her would never last living that lifestyle.
Now, is that calmed down now?
With me and her?
Well, no. Has it calmed down? Not the 3 girls in the bed kind of thing. It's sort of. Yeah,
it's calmed down a lot. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen every once in a while, but it's not like it used to be. It used to be like, you know.
It doesn't run your life. It's.
You know, it's just like people got to understand. Like, they see the edited version of a movie. They don't see what's put into it. So you go on set, you meet the girl that you're working with, or for the most part, I've been doing it long enough, I pretty much know everybody. You go in, it's like blam, you go in, you have sex, you know, have fun. Everybody just goes out to dinner later on, have a few drinks, and sometimes it's a lot more sex. But it's not on camera.
That's right, you know, that's right. So. What's it like shooting porn? I mean, like, what's it really like when they're telling you, hey, look, kick your leg back this way? What is that really like? What is the typical day when you hit the porn, you know, when you hit your shoot? How does that go?
Every set is different. I got to the point where I could shoot my own movies. I have I don't know, 40 to 60 movies under my belt that I shot myself. So when you shoot yourself or have your own camera crew, and you get used to that, it's so much easier, because like I know what I want, what I'm into, and that's how I want to do it. When I'm on a set for another big company and they're like, okay, this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to say 100 words to her. She's gonna come over, you kiss, la la. I want you guys to argue a little bit, and then blam, full-blown sex. So you got to remember all your lines, and then you're thinking, all right, I got to make sure I don't screw this up, because you want to get in and get out. You got to take so many different takes because the camera angles. So once you get all that done, and you're just sitting there going, oh my God, finally, and then they're like, all right, sex. Give me 10 minutes of this, 10 minutes of that, blam, pop.
So they literally tell you 10 minutes of this, 10 minutes
position,
of that,
yeah, all those,
and then they tell you, okay, and pop being, I guess the word is that this is what we're going to shoot.
Yeah, this is what I want you to do. And then we'll fade out. And so it's not like you can get in there, and it's not like you try to get the chemistry going, because I mean, so you can keep aroused and keep hard, and some days you're great, some days are not too great.
What happens on those days that are not so great?
Well, I get to the point where it's like, you know, when you know, it's something just gets you off. Maybe the girl is just a bitch, or something's going on, you know, it's not into, she doesn't turn you on. I've proven myself enough times that I don't feel ashamed that I can't get aroused for her or whatever. So you just kind of like, you know, call back up. Call back up or something, yeah. But some of the girls are like that too, you know. I've been on set where girls are just like, oh, I can only get 45 minutes, and the guy goes, I need an hour and a half, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you got to work with that chick. She has an attitude the whole time. And when I go to a set, like, I don't try to fall in love with a girl. If the girl gives me an attitude, then in my head I get, really, you little bitch. I have one that we actually shot it here at the house, and the girl was laying up on the counter, and her eyes would roll in the back of her head, and the whole camera would be like, look at her eyes, look at her eyes. All you see was the white of her eyes. I'd sit there and go like this. So I'm doing missionary, but she's laying back, and I'm standing up doing missionary, going like this, and I look off to the side of the set, and one of the camera dudes is eating a piece of chicken, a chicken drum. And I'm like, dude, like, so I'm eating chicken while I'm going, but they're shooting her, you know, and they're not shooting me. I'm eating the chicken, and all of a sudden she lifts her head up and opens her eyes, and I just tossed the chicken, and I was chewing, and I was like, I'm trying to act like I wasn't chewing. She goes, are you eating something? And I was like, no, like that, and I went like that, and it just came out my nose, flew all over her tits. It was like so bad. I felt pretty bad about it. Well, there was one time I was on an ottoman shooting, and I went to go up and over on this girl, and it kicked out underneath us, and we both like went flying off and landed on our heads, and just different stuff like that. One time there was me and this dude on a couch at the pop shot, and I can usually come on demand. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him, like, whenever you're ready, just tell me when you're ready. He goes, all right, I'm ready. And I went to put my leg up on the couch, and the girl was sitting there, and my foot went down through the spring of the couch. And when he shot his load, when I was shooting my load, my foot went through, and I hit him right in the thigh. Instead, I missed her whole face and hit him in the thigh. And it was like the camera got it, and all of a sudden you hear this thud. He punched me in the chest. He's like, dude, you're such a dick. And I was like, it was an accident, but it was just something like that. It's just crazy. You never forget shit like that.
Stuff happens, you know? That's what happens. I see you on Facebook constantly. The whole social networking thing. And you're up there and you're saying some ridiculous stuff. I mean, I see you up there riling people up on Facebook. What's that all about? Well,
there's so much drama on Facebook, you know.
There is.
I get people that will block me if they get mad at me. And then the next thing you know, it's like a friend request from, like, you know, it's like, there's so much, you just see how dramatic people are. And I'm not going to say that I'm not dramatic, because I can be, I guess, sometimes, but people seem to believe everything I write. So I mess with them sometimes. Like, there was one time that I had pictures with me and Bridget the Midget, and I just wrote on there, I was like, and I said, I know people are probably gonna like think I'm stupid and all that, but it's like, you know, me and Gina have been together for a long, long time. It's like we love each other, but you know, the flame's not there, and I really found it with Bridget, and you know, I had a picture of her sitting on my lap, and I just went on and on and on. It's just something about her. It's like the sex is great, her personality, and it's like I don't care if people laugh at us when we're out. It's like it's just something new and fresh, and I'm really enjoying myself. And the comments is like, they just blew up. And I just left it go once it started going, and people were like texting me that knew my number, like, wow, dude, are you serious? Like, is everything all right?
Is it over?
I'm like,
is it?
Yeah, is everything all right? And I just left it go, and you know, I didn't even tell people. And then I see them on the street, and they're like, how's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. And like, they disbelieve it. And we were doing a little photo shoot, me and her. She's full blown naked, and I'm trying to get her to give me a blowjob, and she wanted $1,200. And I'm like, damn, that's what normal size girls charge. Like, can't I get like half discount, like something like? And just messing with her, and she just laughed. She's a cool person, just laughing at me and stuff. But I wasn't gonna give her $600, you know. But you know, I was just trying to get a blowjob. I was gonna have Gina film it for me, but she.
Would you ever consider working with her?
Yeah, I don't care. I like midgets.
I know, but I mean, have you ever like actually seriously considered that, like approaching her about it? It'd be interesting to carry through with Facebook.
That's what I was trying to do, but she's not.
Oh,
she's not doing scenes anymore.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole thing. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you about that. You know, what's your feelings on that? I mean, has anybody have you talked about that yet?
No, but I talked to Bam a little bit about it. It's some things are better left unsaid, but you know, it's a shame that had to happen. And I guess I mean, it happened. So I guess with that, I think you would hope that you can take something positive from it, and maybe not get so messed up, or if you are, maybe not drive, let somebody else drive. You know, we don't really know what happened. Some people are saying a deer might have ran out in front of him, but I mean, he was going very fast. So, and I think we've all been there. So maybe it'll be a little wake-up call for that crew.
Yeah, it's a shame of wasted youth.
Yeah,
it
definitely is. He was a great guy, and Zach, that was with him, I knew him pretty well too. He's been to my house a couple times. A really good guy. So. You know?
Yeah, no, I feel for their families.
You just try to take something positive from what happened, you know. So.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it does show you that you've got to be careful. It doesn't matter who you are in this world. Life can come up and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reality of it.